One conversation can save you from years of heartbreak. One promise can sound like heaven, while quietly becoming the doorway to pain. Before you say, "I do," discover the 7 lies that often wear the disguise of love, because the truth you recognize today may protect your entire future. Marriage is one of the most life-changing decisions a person can make. It has the power to multiply joy, deepen purpose, and create a legacy that lasts for generations. But marriage should never be built on illusions. A beautiful wedding cannot hide a broken foundation, and charming words cannot replace genuine character. Many people spend months preparing for a wedding, yet only days preparing to recognize the true heart of the person standing beside them. Real love is not proven by dramatic speeches or expensive gifts. It is revealed through honesty, consistency, humility, and respect. Every healthy relationship grows where truth is welcomed instead of avoided. The greatest protection before marriage is not suspicion, but wisdom. Wisdom teaches you to observe actions more carefully than promises. It reminds you that lasting love is built on truth, not fantasy. A narcissistic person often understands how to create an unforgettable first impression. They know how to make someone feel chosen, admired, and emotionally overwhelmed. They may appear incredibly confident, attentive, and deeply interested in every detail of your life. In the beginning, this attention can feel magical, because everyone longs to feel seen and appreciated. Yet appearances can be carefully managed, while intentions remain hidden. Genuine love gives freedom, but manipulation quietly creates dependence. Healthy affection brings peace, while emotional control slowly creates confusion. Instead of rushing toward forever, learn to recognize patterns that repeat. Character is never discovered in a single romantic evening. It is revealed through consistent behavior over time. The strongest relationships grow where both people value truth more than image. The first lie is, "No one will ever love you the way I do." At first, these words may sound deeply romantic. They seem to promise unmatched devotion and lifelong loyalty. But beneath the surface, this statement often plants fear instead of confidence. It subtly suggests that your happiness depends entirely on one person. Real love never convinces you that you are impossible to love without them. Instead, it celebrates your worth while encouraging your independence. A healthy partner wants you to become stronger, wiser, and more confident, not emotionally trapped. Love should never feel like a prison disguised as protection. The healthiest relationships are built on mutual choice, not emotional captivity. When someone constantly convinces you that they are your only hope, they are often trying to become your only source of identity. The second lie is, "You can trust me completely. I never make mistakes." Perfection is attractive, but it is also impossible. Every human being has weaknesses, flaws, and moments of failure. The person who claims to have none may simply be unwilling to admit them. Humility is one of the greatest signs of emotional maturity. A trustworthy partner accepts responsibility, apologizes sincerely, and grows through correction. A narcissist often protects an image instead of pursuing personal growth. They may shift blame, rewrite history, or convince others that every conflict is someone else's fault. Healthy marriages survive because both people are willing to learn. Pride destroys relationships, but humility rebuilds them again and again. Never confuse confidence with the refusal to accept responsibility. The third lie is, after we get married, everything will automatically become perfect. Marriage is not a magic solution for unresolved problems. It does not erase selfishness, heal dishonesty, or transform poor character overnight. Whatever exists before marriage usually becomes more visible afterward. If someone is controlling while dating, they rarely become less controlling after the wedding. If respect is missing before commitment, it usually becomes even harder to find later. A successful marriage is not created by a ceremony, but by daily choices. Every conversation, every act of kindness, every honest apology becomes another brick in the foundation. Strong marriages are built long before vows are exchanged. Never expect a ring to perform the work that only character can accomplish. The fourth lie is, you don't need anyone else as long as you have me. This statement often sounds romantic, but healthy love never isolates people from family, trusted friends, or positive influences. One of the earliest warning signs of manipulation is gradual separation from supportive relationships. First come small criticisms about your loved ones. Then come suggestions to spend less time with them. Eventually, isolation creates emotional dependence. A wise partner encourages healthy friendships, family connections, and personal growth. They understand that love becomes stronger when both individuals continue developing, emotionally and spiritually. Isolation creates vulnerability, while healthy community creates balance. Someone who truly loves you never fears your support system, because genuine love has nothing to hide. The fifth lie is, if you truly loved me, you would never question me. Real love welcomes honest conversations. Trust is strengthened through openness, not silence. Questions are not attacks. They are opportunities to understand each other more deeply. A manipulative person often treats reasonable questions as personal betrayal, because accountability threatens control. Healthy communication allows both partners to express concerns without fear of punishment or ridicule. Marriage flourishes where honesty is protected instead of discouraged. You should never feel guilty for seeking clarity, discussing finances, setting boundaries, or expressing your emotions. Mature love values transparency, because transparency creates security. Relationships become stronger when both people can speak freely without walking on emotional eggshells. The sixth lie is, everyone else is against us because they're jealous. This lie often appears whenever trusted people notice concerning behavior. Family members, wise friends, or mentors may gently express concern, but instead of reflecting honestly, a narcissist may dismiss every warning by claiming everyone is jealous or trying to destroy the relationship. While not every outside opinion is correct, wise counsel should never be ignored simply because it feels uncomfortable. Sometimes the people who truly care about you notice patterns that emotions temporarily hide. Healthy love welcomes accountability instead of fearing it. Wisdom listens before reacting. The strongest decisions are rarely made in emotional isolation. Protect your future by valuing honest voices that consistently desire your well-being. The seventh lie is, I'll change after we're married. Change is absolutely possible, but only when someone genuinely desires transformation. Promises alone do not create new character. Lasting change requires humility, accountability, consistent effort, and daily choices. Never confuse potential with present reality. Hope is beautiful, but hope should never replace wisdom. If someone repeatedly breaks promises before marriage, there is little reason to believe those patterns will disappear afterward without intentional work. Believe actions more than repeated assurances. Consistency is one of the greatest indicators of genuine transformation. Character grows through discipline, not wishful thinking. The future usually reflects today's repeated habits far more than tomorrow's hopeful promises. The encouraging truth is that not everyone who speaks confidently is a narcissist, and not every difficult relationship is hopeless. The purpose of recognizing these warning signs is not to create fear, but to develop wisdom. Healthy relationships absolutely exist. They are filled with mutual respect, honest communication, forgiveness, patience, encouragement, and emotional safety. In healthy love, both people celebrate each other's victories instead of competing for attention. They solve problems together instead of creating enemies within the relationship. They value peace more than power. They choose understanding over manipulation. They recognize that love is not measured by dramatic words, but by faithful daily actions. This kind of relationship is worth waiting for, because it is built on truth rather than illusion. Never allow loneliness to pressure you into accepting treatment that destroys your peace. Waiting with wisdom is always better than rushing into lifelong regret. Time spent observing someone's character is never wasted. Watch how they treat people who cannot benefit them. Notice whether they keep their promises when no one is watching. Pay attention to how they respond when corrected. Observe whether kindness remains consistent during stressful seasons. Character always leaves fingerprints. You do not need perfect circumstances to recognize integrity. Small daily choices reveal far more than grand romantic gestures. A lasting marriage is created by two people who choose honesty, humility, and commitment every single day. The greatest relationship begins with recognizing your own value. When you know your worth, manipulation becomes easier to recognize. Confidence rooted in truth protects your heart from empty promises. Never believe that you must sacrifice your peace to prove your love. Genuine love never demands the destruction of your identity. It inspires growth instead of fear. It strengthens confidence instead of weakening it. It creates safety instead of constant anxiety. The healthiest partner will never ask you to become smaller so they can feel bigger. Real love celebrates your purpose, honors your voice, and encourages your dreams. Love that requires the loss of yourself is never the love you were meant to build your future upon. As you move toward marriage, choose wisdom over excitement, truth over fantasy, and character over charm. Look beyond impressive words and pay attention to consistent actions. Let patience become your protection and discernment become your guide. Every healthy marriage begins long before the wedding day. It begins with two people who value honesty above appearance, service above selfishness, and commitment above convenience. Refuse to settle for relationships built on manipulation because your future deserves something stronger. Build your life upon truth, and truth will protect what matters most. When love is genuine, it never needs deception to survive. It stands confidently in the light, where trust grows, respect flourishes, and two hearts move forward together with peace, purpose, and lasting joy.